Hope you are well. I welcome you to this episode. This is me, Jamie Naftali, and this channel is called The Pediatric World. It's all about kids' welfare, medical problems, and we also try finding solutions. Here we educate the mothers, the caregivers, the guardians, everybody. We want to involve everybody into the management of these babies. We want them to really know what happens to them while growing up. We want to create the awareness, also the know-how on what happens to these babies. And also that is why we use layman language here for everybody to understand. We want in the end to have healthy babies and also to improve their quality of life. So I welcome you into today's episode. If you're new, please be that returning subscriber. Subscribe so that you may be part of this wonderful family. So in today's episode, we are doing drug distribution and also elimination. Drug distribution and elimination in children. So how are drugs distributed in the body? There are two key factors that enhance drug distribution in children, and this is number one, composition of the body, what the body comprises of. And we are going to see body composition of the body in children is it has got increased volume of extracellular fluid. This is what comprises of the body. It has got high extracellular fluid, and this is much higher in newborn. So the small babies, the ones that have just been born, have got increased extracellular fluid compared to these others. As the age goes down, this goes down as the age reduces. So I hope this is clear. Another factor that influences drug distribution in the body is something we call plasma binding proteins. So this is another way how the proteins bind in the blood of these babies. So these are the two key factors that influence drug distribution in the bodies of these children. Now let's go to elimination. Elimination of drugs or excretion, how drugs are excreted or how they are done away from their body. So we are going to say that the excretion or the elimination is different from adults. And this is because in children, they have immature liver and also immature kidneys. Remember, it's the kidneys that does the work of excretion. So remember, they are immature. And because of this, there is reduced excretion of drugs, hence increased plasma concentration of the drug. And this can be very, very dangerous. So that's why we just need to give what dosage is supposed to be given. Because if they are immature livers, the immature kidneys, we are saying the excretion is reduced. And in return, there is increased blood concentration of drugs, free drugs. So we should be very careful. This is very, very toxic. In adults, you find it the same happening to those adults with kidney disease. Their excretion reducing and their plasma concentration of the drug increasing. But in a healthy adult, this is not the case. The excretion of the drug is increased and you don't end up having increased blood concentration of the drug. I hope this is very clear. We are saying only in adults with kidney disease. Now, what are good practices in prescribing drugs in children? The best practices here, it's like we are doing the conclusion in rational use of drugs. These are things that we mentioned, but we just want to conclude. Number one point to remember is that anybody should read the prescription, meaning it should be legible, should be very, very clear. That is number one point. Another thing to remember is that know the allergy status of the child. You should know if this child has got any drug allergy before prescribing any drug. This is very good because you do not want to add a problem on top of the other. So just take a good history, we said, from the mother. Let's know if this child has got any drug allergy. Another point to note is that be clear with units, especially the decimals. Remember, if you put a decimal point, make a mistake and put it wrongly, we are going to calculate a whole different calculation from what this child should have gotten, and this will give us a lot of problems. So be very clear with those units. We should be very, very careful. Be logical, by maybe we find ourselves with decimal, with rounding up or down. So for example, if a unit you calculated into was 120.5, so you could put it as 121. You round off to the nearest, so or down. So I hope you understand, so that we may have a good figure that we can really work with. Another point to note is that only medications with no strength or concentration or multiple components can be prescribed in mLs. So in mLs, meaning the syrup ones, so it's only those drugs with no strength or with no concentration. So we do prescribe them in form of syrups, in form of mLs. So most of the drugs, it is milligram mg per kg. So please remember that it's not all the drugs that again we do by mg. Those with no strength, those with no concentration, we do them in mLs as we calculate. Hope this is clear. And now, my people, we come to the end of rational use of medications in children. The best way to use medications in children. We saw the irrational use, what we meant, the incorrect and the wrong use of medications in children. Hope you differentiate between the two. This is the end of that topic. Thank you for staying tuned. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for even listening, finding time to watch this. I ask you to please subscribe. Those who haven't, please hit on the red button, the subscribe button. Subscribe, keep subscribing. Also, remember to leave a comment. Comment down below anything concerning the topic, anything you needed clarification. Please comment down below. Even the topic you'd love us tackle together, please feel free to comment down below. Leave your notifications on, turn them on, so that you may be the first person to know every time I post a new video. Thank you, my people. Till next time.